Morning, guys. It's the aftermath of the night before. Check it out. Let's have a look. So, me and Mike played a little demo game, little test game. It's a little dice rolling box. It's one of the missions out of here. It was the one where the defenders have to get to an extraction point, which was over there, which was Mike's Death Guard. And we set it up to be like a Mechanicum Forge world, so these were just being constructed. That was being constructed over there. I had my word bearers. In the end, it was a win for me, but it was a lot tighter than it looks, considering the only Death Guard left on the board. Well, there was a tank there, and there was a couple of heavy weapons dudes over there. I managed to possess a librarian and summon that bad boy. These things are ridiculous. If you've got one, you'll know. But oh my god, didn't suffer a whole point. Took out a Contemptor, although it took a little while to take it out. Took out a bunch of Terminators. Yeah, so they're really good. So basically, I was testing a list that I've built, and Mike was testing a list he's built that we were going to play in some double stuff. Oh wow, look, there's a light still on there. The battery's quite impressive. £1.50 for two for Halloween. Make excellent light stuff. You can do stuff like this. Oh no, that one's run out. Oh no, there we go. Flames. Don't know if you're seeing that. Right, so anyway, it was a bit of a test army. I'll put the list up, but basically I was running a bunch of these as the heavy weapons options with the multi-mounters. They're really good, so getting them painted now. Hadn't used him before, so it was nice to use that. I've never really used the Sakaran before, so that was quite cool to see. Did a good job. My Assault Marines, they did a good job. Gal Vorback, yeah, all good. What else did I have? Some Ashen Circle, like them. And then I had a vet squad with Twin Plasma and the snipe, is it Headhunter or whatever, sniper, where they get sniper and outflank. They were good. I had a librarian on a jet bike, like I say, he took a wound, so I used possess. I managed to roll possession on him, and finally got it off, and he turned into a horrible bloodthirster. So that was fun. So it kind of worked. Mike's list is a Death Guard list, so like I said, the whole point about this. What we were going to do is we're getting ready for a doubles tournament, but we didn't get a ticket in the end, so we'll save it for later in the year. But we're trying to kind of test out complementary lists. So mine is quite fast, designed to get into the enemy lines, screw them up, and potentially summon some demons along the way, just to have like distraction units and stuff like that. Whereas Mike's, we're kind of going to tweak it a bit because he had quite a lot of troops yesterday, lots of Terminators, Grave Wardens, and all this kind of stuff, but only had like 2 Rhinos with tac squads, and then had a Medusa cannon at the back. So we're going to try and tweak his list to have perhaps a bit more of a heavy weapons, some more tough armour that can take out big armour. My jet bike squadron, 5 jet bikes, it's quite a big unit, it's quite an expensive unit, I guess, but 5 jet bikes with melter guns, multi-melters in the front, and then a librarian with a jet bike on with them. They were savage, because you move 12 inches in the first turn, you then turbo boost 24, you're in the enemy's back lines. If you stay alive, which you probably will do, you're getting 5 multi-melter shots within melter range on all sorts of stuff in the back. So yeah, man, I can't believe I've never heard of that unit before. They're really, really cool. So anyway, I'm going to do a little blog on my list, so I'll write my list up, I'll show you it. I've got stuff to paint, I've got some stuff painted, but I'm going to take my time, want to make it sure it looks really, really cool. And I'll show you the list, and I'd be interested to see what you think. I'm going to send my list to the Eye of Horus boys as well, so if you don't listen to them podcast, yeah, they're 2 pair of funny Australian blokes who do a podcast called the Eye of Horus, and I think I really like it. I'll probably talk a bit more about it, a different blog, but they crack me up, and they do a thing called Fluff Whack, or List Fluff Whack, and you send them a list and give them your fluff and stuff like that, and they give you a marks out of 10 for competitive, like is it going to be a good list versus is it fluffy. So I'm going to finish writing that email and send it to you boys. But that's it, yeah, table's looking cool, had a fun game. You know, played 40k the other week, and we will get that battle report up. It's just the file's really big, so we're just trying to work that out. But I come back to, as soon as I play 30k again, I just love 30k again. It's so good, and I'm really into the word bearers. They're a bunch of dicks, and I quite like them. All right, peace. Here's the painting table, guys. This is what we got on it at the minute. So I said the word bearers force is coming on. Oh yeah, check out the Star Wars underliner still left over from Halloween party. Can't bring ourselves to get rid of it. Very grown up. Yeah, so there's the word bearers so far. I'll do a bit of painting of him. That's some corn demonkin I did, and then a demon which I summoned the other day. It was good. Mike didn't really enjoy that. I did. Anyway, that's what I've got painted so far. I'll do a bit more of a better update on it and sort of talk you through it, but so far it's looking pretty nice. And then I've got some stuff on the table now to try and paint. The list I built, which I'll talk about, I think I'll actually do a bit of a kind of like a breakdown of this army, how I did it, why I chose it. I played it as a test the other night and it was really good fun. Those jet bikes with multi-melters are savage. Anyway, so at the moment we are painting these boys. Pyroclast, really nice models. Trying to do a good job on them, so I've just kind of got all their grey base coats on and the highlights, and then I'm going to go through and chuck some of some Warplock bronze on, as I've done with this guy. Still trying to work out the colour scheme. I really like the book in the picture in the Kauf book. It's got a really cool colour palette. I've got just a paint up of a word bearer in there. So I've kind of gone quite light because I want the highlight to come through, but I think I'm going to wash these back quite a lot and try and get them a sort of dirty brown, but we'll see how it goes. And then we have got, that's a sergeant. He's going to be in my assault squad. Talk you through him, assault claw. He's actually going to he looks quite cool. I've got the arm off the, what's he called? One of the consoles that has a thing on his arm and he taps it and stuff gets bombed. Anyway, it looks quite cool. This guy is going to be my Diabolist. So using one of the event minis, the one that had the dildo in his hand. And then I've got a Khorne Berserker Sergeant head, which looks great. I'm really happy with that. I wanted something that sort of looked a bit transformed. And then I've got a couple of dudes. These are like Calth conversions mixed with, I think they're the Death Guard bodies I bought for these because I thought I really like them. And then, yeah, looking cool. So anyway, that is what I'm doing. I think the blog for the next few weeks anyway is going to be me. There's a Gal Wall back in the background there. Looking forward to them. Love those models. This will be me for the next few weeks. So if you don't like word bearers, tune out. If you do like word bearers, stay tuned. You see an army list coming in. All right, take it easy. Be good. Give us a like. Cheers. Whoosh.